Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to begin the sixth chapter of the English Supplementary Reader. The name of the chapter is The Monkey and the Crocodile. This story gives a message that we should not trust anyone blindly. We must think before taking any decision. This message has been conveyed through a friendship drama between a monkey and a crocodile. Let us read the story and understand the message. The Monkey and the Crocodile. Once on the bank of a river, a monkey made a home for himself in a tree laden with fruit. He lived in it happily, eating to his heart's content the fruits of his choice. The monkey was happy but lonely and wanted a companion to talk to and share the fruits with. But there was no one around. Not even another monkey, till one day a crocodile appeared on the riverside. "Hello there," said the monkey. "Do you live in this river? Would you like to eat some fruit?" "Good morning," replied the crocodile politely. "I did come here in search of food for myself and my wife. Nice of you to offer me fruit." The monkey plucked some from the nearest branch and threw them down. The crocodile found them delicious. "Thanks," he said. "May I have some on my next visit?" "Certainly, as many as you like, and some for your wife too," said the monkey. "Do come again. I am rather lonely here." The crocodile visited the monkey regularly and ate the fruits which his host threw down. He took some home for his wife. The monkey and the crocodile were now the best of friends. They talked and were never tired of talking. They talked about birds and animals, about the villages nearby, and the difficulties villagers faced in raising good crops for lack of rain. Dear students, in this chapter we see that a monkey lived on a tree laden with fruit. He was able to have fruit as per his heart's desire. He did not have any friends to talk to, so he used to feel lonely. One day, a crocodile came on the riverside. The monkey asked him if he lived in that river and if he would like to eat some fruit. The crocodile softly wished him good morning and told him that he came there in search of food for himself and for his wife. The crocodile also expressed his gratitude for offering him fruit. The monkey plucked some fruits and gave it to the crocodile. And the crocodile found it very tasty and thanked the monkey for it and asked if he could have some fruit on his next visit. And the monkey assured that he could have as much fruit as he wished. He also asked him to visit again. The crocodile started visiting him daily. He used to eat the fruit thrown by the monkey and used to take some home for his wife as well. They both became good friends. They talked endlessly. They talked about birds, animals, about villages, and their challenges in raising crops because of less rain. One day, the crocodile stayed with the monkey longer than usual. His wife was annoyed, waiting and waiting, managing the little crocodiles that had just been hatched. She said, "Who is this friend of yours you are so fond of?" "Oh, he is a very nice monkey," he replied. "He lives on a fruit tree. He sends fruits for you every day." "You don't expect me to climb trees, do you?" "A nice monkey," replied the wife with obvious sarcasm. "If you ask me, this monkey should be my food. I want to eat his heart so much." "What a foolish thing to say," shouted the crocodile. "I can kill a friend, though I won't mind a monkey occasionally for a change of taste." "You bring him here," ordered the wife, I want to see him. So you can eat him, never, declared her husband. His wife was furious and she dived in to hide herself at the bottom of the river, leaving the little ones to pasture their father. The crocodile was in a serious dilemma. He loved his wife and was very fond of his friend too. Finally, he decided to be on the side of his wife. She was his life partner after all. I know it's a sin to betray a friend, but I have no choice, he said to himself. I will invite the monkey home and hope for the best. Here we see that one day the crocodile got very late to reach home. His wife got angry for waiting and managing the little crocodiles all alone. She asked him, who was that friend whom he loved so dearly? The crocodile replied that he was a monkey and lived on a fruit tree, and it was he who gave him fruits every day. His wife replied sarcastically that the monkey was nice and she wished to make that monkey her food. Then the crocodile shouted in anger and said that he could not kill a friend, though for a change of taste he could have a monkey to eat. But his wife asked him to bring the monkey to her. The crocodile refused it and it made her angry. She plunged into the river, leaving the children to trouble the father. And now the crocodile was in a difficult situation, as on one side it was his dear wife, and on the other side it was his beloved friend. But in the end, the crocodile thought to be on his wife's side. He thought that she was his life partner. Though it was a sin to cheat a friend, he had no choice and therefore he decided to invite his friend. Here, pesture means to irritate someone by asking something repeatedly. Hatched means process of emergence of young baby from an egg. Hatch means process of emergence of young baby from an egg. And dilemma means a difficult situation to make a choice. My wife wants you over for a meal, dear friend, said the crocodile when he visited the monkey next. You must come home with me today. With pleasure, said the monkey. I am no swimmer but can ride on your back, and they set out. In the middle of the river, where the current was the strongest, the crocodile could no longer hide his intention. Sorry, dear friend, he said hesitatingly, but I have to go to underwater now. I have brought you here to kill you. My wife cannot survive without eating your heart. Goodbye. Here we see that the crocodile visited the monkey the next day and invited him home. The monkey accepted his invitation with pleasure and said that he was not a swimmer but he could ride on the crocodile's back. Both of them started their journey, and in the middle of the river, where the flow of the water was very strong, the crocodile could not hide what he had in his mind. So he told the monkey that he had brought him to kill him, and for this he had to go to underwater now. His wife was unable to survive without eating the monkey's heart, so he asked sorry and bid him goodbye. The monkey was scared and distressed, but he was sensible and clever like all monkeys. He kept a cool head. Calmly he said, I will do anything for you and your family. You are my only friend. After all, what is a monkey's heart compared with the life of a crocodile's wife? But how foolish could you be? Why didn't you tell me before? I would have brought my heart along. But where is your heart? Asked the crocodile innocently. I thought you carried it all the time. Of course not. It's there on the tree. Let's swim back at once and get it. Your wife must be waiting, replied the monkey, gaining confidence. Oh dear, what a mistake, hissed the crocodile. They laughed loudly as the crocodile took a full turn to reach the tree. Now the monkey was disturbed to hear that. He knew that his life was in danger, but he kept cool. He was wise. He told the crocodile that he was ready to do anything for his family. After all, what was the value of a monkey's heart before the wife of a crocodile? And the monkey told the crocodile that if he had told him about this plan before leaving the tree, he would have brought his heart along with him. Then the crocodile was amazed and inquired the monkey where his heart was. And the monkey told him that it had been kept on the tree where he lived, and he suggested him to swim back to the tree to get it. And the crocodile murmured over such a foolish mistake and swam back to the tree. Both of them laughed aloud. On the river bank, the monkey jumped onto the tree and heaved a deep sigh of relief. He plucked a fruit or two from the nearest branch and throwing them down, said, "Let your wife have some fruit rather than my heart. Fresh fruits are good for mind and body. Goodbye, dear friend. Goodbye, friend, and if you don't mind, we won't meet again." The crocodile, sadder and wiser, shed a few tears which were genuine and turned back to go home. He was in a hurry to tell his wife a thing or two. Now reaching near the tree, the monkey jumped onto it and felt relieved. He plucked one or two fruits and threw them down, and told the crocodile to give those fruits to his wife rather than his heart, and reminded him that fresh fruits were better for health. And he asked him not to meet again and bid him farewell forever. Hearing that, the crocodile felt sad and went back home shedding tears. And he was in a mood to scold at his wife for her greed, because of which he now lost his good friend. So, dear students, as I had told in the beginning, this story gives a message that we should not trust anyone blindly. We must think twice before taking any decision. This message has been conveyed through a friendship drama between a monkey and a crocodile. Here the story is complete. Hope all of you have understood. Thank you.